Hello, welcome, greetings everyone. How are you today? This is Patty Bennett and I have a fun video for you to show you these beautiful cards and give you some tips in making them. I'm very excited about showing you this. So just give me just 1 minute. I am just making sure, yes, we are on the right page. Just wanted to be sure. So welcome, come on in, say hi when you are here. Hi, Jen and Lori, Carolyn, Barbara, oh, and 7 other people. So it's not telling me who. And I forgot to write my blog in case you're looking for these cards. So these cards will be on my blog, pattystamps.com, tomorrow, which will be March 2nd, and then also on March 3rd. So I split it up into 2 posts and I'll kind of show you why. But I'm so excited about this. I love the beach. I love the ocean. I love I love waves and the sound of the waves and the crashing of the waves. So these are really delightful and exciting for me. I just love them. So welcome everyone. So glad you are here. Thank you so much, Jen. I appreciate that. She said they're gorgeous. So if you are catching me live, this is sort of an impromptu, not one of my weekly live videos that I do on Fridays. Today is Tuesday, March 1st, live. So if you're watching live, you're going to see the little red live button up there. I am going to put this on my blog and on YouTube. So you might be watching a replay, which, you know, is completely fine. I'm so glad that you're here no matter how you are watching. So we are going to talk about how to create all the way from a more simple, just stamped design, and then stepping it up a bit where we are adding this beautiful foil die cut. Isn't it pretty? Can you see the, yeah, you can see that. Oh my gosh, it's so gorgeous. And then here I added double layers of the foil in 2 colors. Isn't that pretty too? And then on this one, which happens to be my favorite, I actually added some little sea life and some seagrass to it and stepped it up a bit with another bundle. So, oh yeah, Tanya says she loves the ocean too. Oh, your daughters are marine biologists. That's amazing. Amazing, amazing. So if you haven't seen this, because this just came out today, it's the promotion or new collection, I should really call it, is called Waves of the Ocean. And there is an entire collection for $79.25 in the US if you want to get the whole thing. But let me show you what comes in that. So we're going to be using the stamp set to stamp the wave, the greetings, and the pelican on the pilings. We're going to use the dies. So we have the dies, and you can get that as a bundle. Then there's also the paper, which is 12 by 12, the foil, which is 12 by 12, and then these gorgeous rhinestones. So you can get that whole thing right now. And if you hop over to pattystamps.com tomorrow, you'll have links to all of this, but I will put links in the description of this video as well. So you don't have to go to my blog to find out how to order. Yeah. Let me show you the beautifulness of this paper. So the 12 by 12 paper is so amazing. Like, first of all, the colors. I mean, can we just pause a moment and enjoy these colors, right? But they have such beautiful patterns. And look at all of the movement and just like, doesn't that just look like the sea foam and the wave just crashed, right? And look at that with all the colors on here. Then we have just blues. Aren't these beautiful? I've actually been watching on Instagram. I think it's called an acrylic pour, P-O-U-R, a pour, like you pour paint, and then they blow it with a blow dryer and they get these kinds of patterns. Now, I don't know if that's how the artist made these, but I've been watching those on Instagram for a few weeks and I'm just fascinated by them. So I think these were done with acrylic paints. Aren't these just like beyond gorgeously amazing? I mean, oh my goodness. This paper is so beautiful. And then the foil also comes in 12 by 12, and I don't want to blind the camera, so I'm just going to show it real quickly. But it's got the beautiful blue and teal and silver, but I'm not going to show that too long because I know that's kind of distressing in the reflection. So that's the blue foil. I showed you the waves of the ocean paper. And then let's look quickly at these gorgeous rhinestones. How beautiful. Can you see the colors? I hope you can see them. I know sometimes on camera they don't come out as pretty as they are in person, but let me tell you, these are stunning. So the rhinestones, the foil, and the paper are limited time offer. This is supposed to go through May 2nd, but I'm guessing that if it sells out, then it's gone. So I don't know for sure that it absolutely will be available till May 2nd. I mean, fingers crossed because this is so pretty. But the bundle, I believe, will be in the next catalog because that is not a while supplies last. But this paper, I'm telling you, if you like these samples and you want to make more of this, please stock up because it's amazing. Yes. Oh, I agree. Everybody's saying they love this paper. I know. Isn't it the best? So gorgeous. Oh, good. So Karen knows somebody that does that paint pouring. She's going to show it to her. Yes. So gorgeous. Exactly. All right. So, hey, everybody. So glad that you're here again. Yeah, Val, limited time because it's not going to be in the new catalog. But I mean, no, sadness. I don't know, right? I think it's sad. So I wanted to give you some tips. We're going to start with the simple card. And can you see how there's sort of different shades of blue in here? I want to show you what I did to stamp that. And it uses the Stamparatus. It is great, a great tool when you want to do multiple layers of colors. I also used it for stamping these pilings. Let me see, I think I have, yep. So let me show you those up close as well. Can you see just the different shades of brown that I've got in there? So we're going to do that also. And it's really pretty to get different colors to make it look, you know, a little more real than just one color. So the stamp set is red rubber, and we're going to pull out the wave. We're going to use that, and then we'll do this one afterwards. And I went ahead and cut 2 pieces out of one of the Waves of the Ocean designer paper. I wanted to mimic this as good as I could just to show you how this looks. So we'll just start with this one. And I am going to line it up. Let's see, let's line it up. I'm just picking 2 lines here to line it up. Just in case it comes loose, we can at least get it back in about the same spot. And then I'm just going to place my wave right down here. I think I've got it somewhat straight, I hope. Okay, and then we close this plate and press. And if you've never seen the Stamparatus before, see when you pick it up, now the stamp is over here and it allows you to ink it and stamp it and ink it and stamp it a few times, but it stays in the same place. So that is the beauty of the Stamparatus. It is just fabulous. When I am inking, I like to go ahead and put a stamp case under this platform because then when I push down with my ink pad, sorry, there's a fuzz. Got distracted by the fuzz. Then when I'm pressing down with my ink pad, it has some stability under there. The colors And these will be on my blog tomorrow if you don't want to write this down. But the colors I used were Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, and Night of Navy. So I'm starting with my lightest one, which is Bermuda Bay. And I am going to open it up and slide it so that I can hold on to this, onto the ink pad. And I'm just going to ink the entire stamp. And then when I swing the plate back over and I press, then I lift up and I have got the wave inked there. You could stop at that point, obviously. I mean, you could totally stop at that point. But I decided, well, I want a little more depth to this stamp. And so what I did was I took a couple of blending brushes and let's see, actually I'm going to use this darker blue one because I am going to ink in Pacific Point. So I'm going to get some ink on here, Pacific Point ink. And then I looked at this stamp and I thought, I want it to be darker right under here because to me, that's where it probably would be darker. So I swirled on some of the Pacific Point ink. And now watch. So kind of take a mental note of this. So now we're going to just stamp it right down again in the very same spot and press. And do you see how that darkened it right under here? And we're going to do it a couple more times to build up. So do you see how we're building up some darkness under there? We're trying to get sort of to this look. And then I'm going to do it with Night of Navy, which is even darker. And I'm pulling it just sort of randomly left and right also. I can hear the squirrels outside chattering. When a cat comes in the yard, they start chattering and I can hear them out there. So now we're getting another color in there, a little bit darker. So let's do that again with the Night of Navy. And you can just keep building up color this way. So there. So now we have different shades happening in there. So do you see how it's getting a little closer to this one? And then the last thing is I took that blending brush that had my original color, the Bermuda Bay. Now I don't want this super dark, so I'm going to just kind of rub a little bit off here. But I am going to just lightly add in a little bit more color, just a little. I don't want to do it too dark. But that took away some of the white because you only want white sort of in certain spots. Well, I mean, I did. It's not like a rule, but so that's how I did the multiple colors on that wave. And it's really quite easy, especially with the Stamparatus, because like I said, you're just stamping it right back into the same spot. So we will do the Pelican on the pilings now so that I can kind of show you how I finished off this card. And then we'll talk about the foil and the other tips. Oh, thanks, Christine. I'm glad you liked that. So when I'm using my Stamparatus and I need to clean my stamp off, I just use my chamois, my Stampin' Chamois. And my chamois is a little bit wet. I should have wrung it out, squeezed it out a little bit more. So I'm just going to grab, I have just a microfiber cloth here. I'm just going to use that because I actually got like a little puddle of water in there. Didn't need that. So we can take this off and we will put that away and grab the Pelican stamp. And I'll show you how I did that. So we need to take this away and just grab some white. This is just a regular basic white. It doesn't have to be thick. It can be if you want. And so let's, oops, silly. Yeah, I'm a professional. Did you see what I was almost going to do? That was embarrassing. That's so funny. Oh, wait, you know what? If I put it, you're going to be able to see better if I do it right there. Okay, so if I pick it up right there, it's going to be closer right here, and you're going to be able to see. Oh, thanks, Stacy. Oh, good, Karen. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Let's see. Renee says, do you clean the pads with water? The pads? The Stampin' Chamois? Yes, I just put it in my sink and I just wring it out with water. Is that what you're asking? Let me know. Maybe I'm not knowing the right thing that you're asking there. So here are the markers from the Regals set that I use. They're just regular Stampin' Write markers. These you can use on red rubber. So I have Soft Suede, Crumb Cake. This is Early Espresso, and then I have Night of Navy for the Pelican. The Pelican probably should have been like gray, but I want just a touch of extra color in here, so that's why I made him blue. I don't know if he's supposed to be blue, but whatever. In my world, he's blue. All right, let me just scoot these just for a minute so we can put our markers out. And I'm going to start with the lightest color. And I'm using the side of the marker. And you don't have to be super, super thorough with that because we're adding 2 more colors. So did you see I just sort of lightly scribbled the color on, and I'll go ahead and color the bird with Night of Navy. Was it Night of Navy? Yeah, Night of Navy. Okay, and then we're going to stamp. And see, that's not great, right? But it's because we're adding more color. So we're going to add more color to it. I'm just going to ink the bird a second time so that Mr. Pelican gets extra color. And then we are going to the next darkest color, which is Soft Suede. So I am going to kind of look at this image and say, well, I probably want the outer edges and maybe the bottom to be a little darker and not necessarily right in the center, because I want the center to remain as light as possible so that it looks like it has some round dimension. So now we'll stamp that one. And you see how we've got a little extra color going on there, right? So now I'm going to add a little more of my light, the Crumb Cake. And I'm going to go to my darkest color, the Early Espresso, and just add, I'm sort of like scribbling a little bit. Like I don't want this super defined. I just want sort of scribbles of color, and maybe just blend that a little bit with my, I might have put too much right there, but we'll see with the lighter one. And there we go. So now it has like that mottled looking color where it has some lights and it has some darks. And I'm going to just wipe it off with this real quick. I'm going to add one more layer of my Crumb Cake, because that's a warmer brown and I really like the warmer tone more so than the cooler. Oh, there we go. I like that. So let me hold it up so you can see. So there we have all those different browns, and you could even take a sponge dauber or a blending brush and you could add even more color. You can do really whatever you want to that. But that's what I did with it. So here we'll look at those other. So you can see every time it just turns out a little bit different. You just have different shades and different tones of browns, and you can just, however you want it. So let me put my lids back on, and then we'll talk about this amazing foil wave that we're going to or that I added to some of the cards. And if you don't have a Stamparatus, by the way, this thing is just fabulously amazing. I have a whole series. I'm not sure how many videos there are, but I will link to it when I'm done. I have a whole series of YouTube videos for the Stamparatus, and I think that it is such a great tool. Let me show you. I had thought about an idea, so I had some of this cut, and I was going to show you my idea, but I wanted to show you that when you die cut that wave with the foil, it's so beautiful. So you go from just stamped to layering the foil, and isn't that pretty? So this is actually two different dies. Let me show you. So there's two different wave dies. So that's this one. And that one is this one. And at first, I didn't really even realize there was very much difference. You can really see the difference when you layer them on top of each other. And you can see how, do you see how you see them like through each other? They don't line up. They're not supposed to. It's supposed to give you that sort of a, I don't know, maybe 3D almost effect. Isn't that pretty? And I do recommend using your adhesive sheets on the back before you die cut, so that all you have to do is peel that off and it's like a big sticker. So that's what we're going to do on this one. And then here you can see I've die cut the pilings that we just stamped and added that to a similar card. And then like I showed in the beginning, I think this is my favorite one. And this one I actually incorporated. Let me show you. It's called Seize the Day. So I incorporated this stamp set and these dies. And I have to show you something so beautiful, so magical. So look at this. Put some white behind here so you can see it. So I die cut right here, that die with some of the Waves of the Ocean paper to get these beautiful pieces of, I guess you'd call them seagrass, right? I'm just grabbing one over here. So aren't those pretty when you die cut those out of this paper? And I added a piece of that down here and down here. And then out of this pattern, which was a little lighter, this one is more kind of your lighter mint colors. You can see I did this large piece, and then you get these gorgeous pieces with all the different colors. So I wanted this one a little lighter, and I had the smaller one to be a little darker. That was on purpose, so that when I layered them, they kind of stood out and you could see. And then I think you probably noticed already, right? You saw the fish and the starfish are in that set. And so I stamped and die cut those. And that again is Seize the Day. So that is in the January to June catalog. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Julie. She says she especially likes this one. Thank you. Hi, Gay. Hi, Tammy. Yeah, Val, she says she's kind of timid with her Stamparatus. So I hope that you will check back and watch some of my Stamparatus videos so that you can see all these different techniques that the Stamparatus will do. It's really fascinating. It's really a great, great tool. Thanks, Nell. Thank you. So with the foil, and I accidentally cut the end off of that one. I didn't mean to, but it, things happen, right? We're only human. So then you could see how beautiful that would look if you wanted to layer it onto what we just stamped. But since I've already done one that looks like that, here's something that I tried. So this is the New Horizons designer paper, which you've seen me use a few times. And this one is also the New Horizons paper, and so is this. So if you want more of like this horizon look or a little more of a scene rather than these three that I used, the Waves of the Ocean paper, you can do that. So you can use whatever you'd like to create these amazing scenes. So I thought, what about this kind of a color scheme? And I was going to trim this down and mount it onto the blue. And I thought that was like this really pretty kind of a stormy look. So I thought we would do that one together real quick. And then I'll check and see if you had any questions. And then I will let you go. So this one, did I cut this piece? So I think we will trim this one down. I'm going to do it just over 5 1/4. And then just over 4. And I'll tell you why I'm kind of doing this with a really odd measurement. I found that when I stamped this wave, that if I had my paper cut to 4 by 5 1/4, the wave didn't quite exactly fit correctly on the paper. Like I had to trim it down a little bit. And I can actually see where I've missed a little bit. I must have had it over to the left a little bit too far. But that was my idea for this. And then one more thing. When I pulled this card out, I saw that I actually had it scored for a trifold card, and so then it gave me an idea. So I'm going to cut that flap off. And we're just going to have sort of a different looking fold. So we'll attach these two together. Oh, look, I tried something. I didn't like it, so I flipped it over. There we go. Does that ever happen to you? Do you ever use the other side? It's this magical Stampin' Up paper with 2 sides, right? Hi, Chris from Australia. Oh, I know, Robin, I agree. She said the New Horizons paper is her favorite of all time. I totally agree. And I am going to tell you right now that this new Waves of the Ocean paper is my second favorite paper, like ever. I'm pretty sure. It is just gorgeous. So then I'm just going to attach it up to that top little flap. And then on the inside, we can have a white liner, I guess you would call it, right? And then it's just sort of a different sort of a fold. So if we put, yep, that one will just fit perfect. Oh, I just ran out. Of course, I just ran out. So we'll just do a little liquid glue. Okay, so just sort of a different little bit of a fold, right? Just slightly different. Then this is from Seize the Day, I think. Let me make sure. Yes, from Seize the Day. Thanks from the depths of my heart. And then you might have noticed on this one, I did Wishing You Oceans of Happiness, because I think both of those are perfect for this. It's like the perfect mix and match bundles, don't you think? And then I'm going to add this on top. So I need to look for, let me just use my pokey tool. I did use my adhesive sheet. So I'm just kind of, oh, here it is. I was looking for the break in the paper so that I can pull that off. And then it's just like this wonderful, gorgeous sticker. There we go. So we have all those pieces off. And I'm gonna just kind of center that on here. So it's not going to the edge anywhere. It's just sort of in the middle. Oh, isn't that so pretty? And then I thought I would just add that and just leave it at that. I know, isn't that crazy to just leave it at that? Oh, no. Oh, hang on. We'll add rhinestones. Right? We'll add rhinestones. So just use a little bit of my foam adhesive sheet to add this fun greeting. And this, by the way, is the stitched rectangle dies, and that just happened to fit perfectly on that one. I mean, isn't that, I think it's perfect. I think it's perfect. So what do you think? Some of the dark blue rhinestones, would that be pretty? I think that would be gorgeous. Let's do that. If I think about it, I never like where I put them. If I don't think about it, I like how it turns out. So there we go. What do you think? Oh, we could add the birds. Yes, we could add the birds. Let's see. Yes. So, is it Sangeeta? You might have missed the beginning. So this is my blog, pattystamps.com. Tomorrow, March 2nd, and then again on March 3rd, all of these cards will be there. All of the links will be there for purchasing. However, if you give me just about half an hour, I will have all the links to purchase all of these supplies in this video description. So I need a little time to just go back to my computer and grab all of the links and put them there for you. But yes, you can purchase these anytime. Thank you so much. Thank you. I am glad that you're enjoying this. Oh, from Pleasant Hill, California, Janet. We are so close. I could like almost throw a rock to your house. Oh, yes. Okay, dark blue. Yes. So awesome. I'm glad you like it. So let's just quickly review. So we started just by stamping on the waves of the ocean paper using 3 different colors and making that depth in here to be a little darker. I showed you how I stamped the pelican and the pilings, the wood pilings. And then if you add the beautiful foil, I'm just trying to get that to shine. Yep, you can see it. The beautiful foil wave die cut, you can see it adds sort of another dimension. There's another one similar. And then if you add both of the die cuts in different colors on top of each other, you get yet another look. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, so pretty. And then this one, I decided to add some of the Seize the Day. I thought that was kind of pretty to add another bundle into there. And then the one that we just worked on together, very simple with New Horizons paper in the background, stamping on top, adding the foil die cut wave, a greeting, and some rhinestones. Super simple. It's not difficult, right? You can do this. So this again is the Waves of the Ocean collection. And if you want more information about purchasing it, you can go to pattystamps.com starting tomorrow, March 2nd. And I will also provide all of the links in the description of this video just as soon as we're done here. And then you can click on those as well. So any questions about this before I let you go? Those beautiful rhinestones. I'll pull this paper in one more time so you can see how gorgeous this is. Look at that beautiful, beautiful paper. And the 3 colors of foil, those come in a pack. I'm just not going to blind the camera too long because that's really distracting, right? Thank you, everyone. I am so, yes. Oh, that's such a good idea. So Regina says a birthday card for her grown son. These would be great for men, wouldn't they? I agree. Or for just for older children, you know, not juvenile kind of cards. That would be such a good idea. Oh, thank you so much, Karen. You are so sweet. Karen says Stampin' Up! Should use this video. You're just so kind. Thank you so much. I really needed that today. For those of you who have been following along, you know I've been having some really bad issues with Facebook Lives, and thankfully it is now solved. I mean, fingers crossed. I think we've done it. So yeah. Yes. Exactly, Flo. This all starts today. It's all available. And I said the cards will be on my blog starting tomorrow. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Yes, exactly. Thanks, Gay. Thank you, everybody. I'm so glad that you could join me. I hope to be back on Friday, this Friday, with my usual Facebook Live. I just wanted to show you all of this so that you would know how to make these when you saw them on my blog tomorrow. Thanks again, and I will catch up with you all soon. Have a wonderful afternoon.